GMAE, everybody. GMAE. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. I'm John Willett. Welcome to Potholes and Cadillac Dreams. Welcome to episode number 11. Lucky number 11. Luck be a lady tonight. Thinking of Frank Sinatra when I say 11 because of Ocean's 11 and all the other lucky terminology just seems to me to scream Las Vegas, and then Las Vegas screams Sinatra, and Sinatra screams the Rat Pack, and which has absolutely nothing to do with episode 11. Absolutely nothing. Just wanted to throw it out there, and as you can tell by the corner here, I'm going to put my thumb that way. Yes, those are framed Sinatra albums, and I'm a big Sinatra fan, and hey, 11. Lucky 11, Ocean's 11, luck be a lady tonight. We've covered that. Hey, good to see you. I hope you've had a good week. Hope you've had a good weekend. This is an idea that my wife came up with, Doreen. So I'm going to follow through on it. She said, well, you covered all of the top 10 potholes that you've ever hit, which must have been a depressing 39 minutes. And quite frankly, it was a Jack Daniels inducing bit of moments after that 39 minutes of chatting with you guys about all of the challenges I've had through my life. And I did not include a few, by the way. There are 2 sports networks that I tried, one in Washington, D.C. and one in Arizona, that were not much fun. But we did not include those. There were other things as well. But she thought, well, why don't you start talking about your Cadillac dreams? Why don't you start talking about things that make you happy, things that make you motivated, things that have always motivated you, things that have always kept you going, things that you've really never let go of, even though you're 67 years old and maybe some of those dreams are past you. You still have them, and God bless you for having them, and you should talk about them. So today, we were going to bring on Jeff Hetrick, but unfortunately, we were unable to do so. So we go to Cadillac Dreams. We're going to talk to you about some of the things that I dream about, some of the things that make me happy, some of the things that I hope happen in my future. I am working now well over 40 hours a week, and hopefully working toward having some of those Cadillac dreams become reality. So we will chat about those for a little while. As you heard, that was the legendary Potholders. The Potholers. Holy cow, if I get their name wrong, they're going to be so upset with me. They are going to hit me in the face. The legendary Potholers. They've been traveling around the country, entertaining wherever they go. Been basically in Holiday Inn Expresses, and you've seen them, and I've gotten lots of cards and letters about how terrific they are, and they are. They're really good, and they always come up with new and exciting ways to start my show, so it's really cool. By the way, I do have a new cap on. This is a new cap from City Gate Spirits. They are not, I repeat, not sponsors. It is a company based in St. Augustine, and they sell spirits. They're actually in Old Town St. Augustine. I toured there on Friday with my wife, and they give you 10 little tastings, little bitty tasting, little tiny little glasses full of stuff, and holy mother, as you all know, because I've covered this, I am a lightweight. A very, very, very lightweight. And it was, I would say, tasting number 4, where I thought to myself, well, if we keep doing this, we're going to fall on our face right here in the middle of City Gate Spirits, which would be a bad thing. So I would take a little sip, and then I would kind of discreetly toss it into the trash. Yes, I did. I absolutely did. I did buy some of their spirits, including a peach whiskey, which is very nice, particularly over ice. Just let it sit there for a little while and just kind of sip on it. It's very, very nice. So City Gate Spirits, that's my new cap. Hope you like it. Those of you that are watching me on the YouTube, Those of you that are not watching me on the YouTube, it's basically gray in color and it has their logo on it, Citygate Spirits, St. Augustine at the top. It's basically circular with Citygate right there in the middle, and it's gray and white, and it's lovely, and it accentuates my my beard, my goatee, because I do have gray in the goatee, and it kind of accentuates that, and it makes me look very lovely. So if you are listening to me through the auspices of Buzzsprout, where I go through all my podcasting, check out YouTube. Check out YouTube and check out the new cap. It is very nice. And again, they are not sponsoring this, so this is not a free cap. I purchased this cap from them and was happy to do so. And I think you should go visit them. St. Augustine, Citygate Spirits. You will enjoy their tastings immensely. I would highly recommend, however, that you have something to eat before you go in, or have some water with you while you're taking all of these spirits, because they will give you 10. And by the 10th one, you will be reeling around, reeling and rocking and rolling till the break of dawn, if you know what I'm saying. So either eat or make sure that you have some water handy so that you can stay relatively sober. Okay, we will cover some Cadillac Dreams. First one would be a Cadillac. We really got to talk about Cadillac because that's where the Cadillac Dreams came from. My dad was an attorney in Alexandria, Virginia, and he had a building. He had offices that he leased from, I think it was First Alexandria National Bank, way back when, which turned into First American Bank, and now I don't know what it is right now. I believe it was Burke and Herbert. I think it turned into Burke and Herbert at the very last few years that he was there. But anyway, across the street, always across the street, was a place called Lindsay Cadillac. Lindsay Cadillac is one of the leading Cadillac dealers in the Northern Virginia area, and they would provide my dad a Cadillac every year because he was their attorney, and he did lots of legal work for them. And so he would get a Cadillac every year, and he went through all kinds of Cadillacs, but his favorite Cadillac was a Fleetwood Brougham. You can look it up on the Google machine. Fleetwood Brougham, I would suggest 1990, 1991, right around there. 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. Those are my favorites because they were built like flippin' tanks. These things were huge. They were monsters. They took over a whole lane. They were unbelievable machines. They were gorgeous on the inside. Fingertip steering. The best air conditioning heating system you could find. The engine purred, the seating was comfortable. You could either have leather seats, velour seats, whatever kind of seats you wanted. It was fabulous. This thing was a monster. If a Sherman tank ran into a Fleetwood Brougham, the Sherman tank would lose. And it would lose big time. There would just be pieces scattered everywhere, and the Fleetwood Brougham would just go on about its business down the road. What I really liked about the Fleetwood Brougham was, first of all, that I got to sit in it while my dad drove because he loved driving the Fleetwood Brougham. Second of all, the son of a gun would move. It would move really fast. We used to drive from Alexandria to Maine, specifically Millinocket, Maine, where my dad had a place. First with his sister and then a place of his own. And we would drive up there and we would get on like the New Jersey Turnpike or the Delaware Memorial Turnpike, or we would get on the 287, or Route 84 was good. Route 84 in Connecticut, oh yeah. And then if you got in the great state of Maine, it was just flat and boring and whatever, and he would let that thing go. Anyway, he liked going about 125 miles an hour, roughly. Around 100, 125. And then, of course, if anybody was in the left-hand lane, he would throw the high beams on them and make them move. And he would get right on their bumper. He had no fear whatsoever. And he would fingertip drive. So he's like this. If you're watching me, he would fingertip. It would just be a little finger on the bottom of the steering wheel, and he would just go, and we would be flying 125 miles an hour. And I just got used to it, I guess. It never really appeased me one way or the other. But the thing would just be so quiet. It was so quiet. You didn't know you were going 125 miles an hour until you looked over the speedometer and went, holy shit, we're going 125 miles an hour. He loved going fast. Fast, 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 fast. And it was such a beautiful car. And it moved so fast. And it was, what a great car. And he was one of the first people in the area to have a car phone. Now, nowadays, of course, car phone, it doesn't mean anything, but you got to go way back. 60s, 70s, these big old phones, this clunky phone right in the middle of everything, and he had his car phone, so he could call people, and he thought that was really cool. So you had this clunky car phone, and you had this big-ass Fleetwood Brougham, and it was just you could fit 4 or 5 dead people in the trunk if you really wanted to. I mean, that's why I'm sure mafia guys all had Fleetwood Broughams, is because they could fit dead people in the trunk. Just easy. Just throw them in there. Oh, yeah, pick another one up. Oh, yeah, fine. 5, 6, 7, no problem. These things were magnificent. These things are great. I want one. I want one bad. I want a Fleetwood Brougham. I really would like a blue Fleetwood Brougham, if possible. Blue would be a really good color. Kind of a royal blue. Kind of that type of blue. Maybe a little bit less than a royal blue, if I'm describing it. Not a powder blue. I don't want a powder blue. That wouldn't work. But a royal blue, that type of color that I'm looking at. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at my screen, and it's got a picture of a sky behind me, and that's the color I'm thinking of. It's kind of a royal bluish, deep blue. That would be just fabulous. If I could have a Fleetwood Brougham before I die, and I don't care that it's 1990, 91, 92, 93, whatever I can get that's a Fleetwood Brougham that is royal blue in color, that has fingertip control, that will go 125 miles an hour, that's what I want. That's what I want. And if I can get that, then I'm a happy man. So there you go. That's Cadillac Dream. That is literally the Cadillac Dream. If we're going to talk about Cadillac Dreams, there it is right there at the 12-minute, I'm looking down, at the 12-minute, 37-second mark. I have told you the Cadillac Dream. The Cadillac Dream is a Cadillac. Fleetwood Brougham, 1990-91, really, really good shape. I don't care how many miles it's got on it, but I want one. I want one bad. Next thing we'll talk about is traveling, because I love to travel. Now, what's really weird about me wanting to travel? The countries I've been in other than the United States: Canada, Mexico, the Bahamas, and there you go. British Virgin Islands. Basically, you're talking about cruises. That area, the Eastern Caribbean, Western Caribbean, what have you. I've never been to Europe. I've never been to Australia. I've never been to any place. I've never been to, obviously Russia, anything like that. I've never, China, Vietnam, the Asian area. The closest I've ever been to Asia was Hawaii. I would love to do some traveling. The bucket list for my wife and I is Paris. We want to go to Paris. We want to spend quality time in Paris. She went to Paris through her work, through Regis, where she used to work. A few years ago, we still knew each other before we moved to Bar Harbor. She went to Paris for like 5-6 days and fell in love with it. And we have talked about going a million times. Unfortunately, we also love to cruise. We are cruisers. We love going on NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line. That is our favorite. We have gone on Royal Caribbean. Did not have a good time. Found the food less than mediocre. Found the ship less than mediocre. So we're NCL people. And I know for a lead pipe stone cold fact that there are people out there who are Carnival people and Royal Caribbean people and all kinds of other ship people, and they just that's who they live and die with, and we're NCL people, and that's always been the way it's been. We have an NCL cruise planned on the Encore, as a matter of fact, for November, right around Thanksgiving time. So we do lots and lots of cruising. When we go on NCL, we like getting on the Vibe Beach Club. So if you are a cruiser and you like to do things like that, you want to look for the Vibe Beach Club, because that is an 18 plus area where they have nice waiters who bring you drinks, and they have their own hot tubs, and they have their own misting area, and the cushions are really thick, nice thick cushions, and you can just lay there, and the nice waiter brings you stuff and water, and they bring you fruit and all kinds of stuff, and it's just a wonderful place to hang out with very, very select few folks. You're not near the pool where 2,000 of your closest friends are screaming and hollering, yelling, ranting, and raving. I hate that. So we spend time at the Vibe Beach Club. We also spend time, we normally get a room that has some sort of spa availability. We like to go down to the spa, and we like to sit in all the hot tubs and the steam rooms and do this and do that. And we normally get a couples massage, and we love that kind of thing. And we do lots and lots of relaxing. And we find NCL food to be really, really good. And NCL various restaurants are terrific. And the way they have their ships set up is really cool, because they have spots where you can just hang and enjoy yourself and relax and take a book, and which I love to do. I love to read. And we hang out and we have a good time. And we like NCL. And there you go. And if you don't like it, well, on you. I can't believe I just did that. I did that in an open mic. I made a sound. Classy. Very classy guy. Okay. So if you're Royal Caribbean, I'm sorry. I know I upset you terribly, but that's just the way it is. We're NCL people. But the challenge with the NCL, as I was getting around to, is that we keep using money that we would spend to go to Paris. So that's not good, because I want to go to Paris. But we keep spending money on these cruises, and we aren't going to Paris. Now, there is a Viking cruise line that actually has a has a Paris to Normandy cruise. It's on the river Seine, I think the river Seine. Goes to Normandy, and you get to see the beach, the Normandy beaches. And my dad was a ranger and came over on the Utah beach in World War II, first wave. So I've always been interested in going to there. So we would spend a few days in Paris, and then we'd take this cruise, and then we'd get the Normandy beaches, and I get to see that, and then come back. So that's something we've talked about, but we haven't pulled the trigger on that either. So what we'd like to do is go to Paris. And if we can go on Viking cruise lines, that would be even better. But that's what we're trying to do. That's the bucket list. Hopefully, obviously, if we were in Europe, we would go other places as well. I'd love to see Great Britain. I'd love to see the rest of France. Love to see Spain. Love to see Germany. But I'd love to see Italy. Love to see Greece. I would love to see Greece because my wife is Greek. So it'd be very cool to see Greece. But we haven't done that as yet, and hopefully we will. That's travel. Right underneath that is money, because without money, we can't travel. As I told you just previously, we are spending money on cruises, and because we're spending money on cruises, we're not being able to travel to Paris, which should tell you a little bit about our financial situation. We are working. My wife is working. I am working. I've decided today that I'm going to let you guys know exactly where I work, because I don't think there's any challenge in that. I am what they call the store team leader, which is the manager of the new retail stores, new retail concept that is actually a sister to the Dollar General company. Dollar General, as you know, has 17,000 stores in the United States. This is a new concept they came up with a couple of years ago. They have about 175 stores, roughly, and they're expanding quite a bit. It's called Pop Shelf. That's Popshelf. I am the store team leader / manager of the Pop Shelf located in Daytona Beach, which is the, I want to say Tomoka. It's Tomoka Center. I think Tomoka Center is what it's called. It's right across the way from the Tanger Outlets on LPGA Boulevard in Daytona Beach. That's where I work. I work 40 plus, yeah, no kidding, 40 plus hours a week there. If you ever get by there, please come by and say hi. That would be very cool. I've always been in retail. As I said, I've done about 30 years worth of retail, so it's like second nature. It's like second nature to me now. It's like breathing out and breathing in. I was serenely independent and content before Pop Shelf and I met. Surely I could always be that way again. And yet. How about that? See, y'all didn't think I knew. Movies and musicals and, oh yeah, got all that stuff. So, I've been there for a little while. I've been there since November. And as I said, I'm now the manager there. It's a beautiful store. I have an assistant by the name of Dawn, who is an amazing merchandiser and keeps the store absolutely gorgeous, keeps the store running well. I have a crew that is beyond measure. They're fabulous. They're terrific. They work so incredibly hard. I'm very, very proud of them. And I'm very, very proud to, for lack of a better term, to be their leader, manage them. But they do very well on their own. You just give them a little bit of instruction and away they go. And I'm very happy to be there right now, and I'm very happy to be with them, and I'm very happy to be with the company I'm with. So decided I would tell you guys that, because I guess it's not really a Cadillac Dream so much as it is one day. I've already told my district team leader, my regional manager, as I was way, way, way back when, I told her that December 18th, 2025 would be the day that I hand the keys to her. I am not interested in getting promoted to anything. I'm not interested in doing anything other than being the manager of the Daytona Beach store of Pop Shelf. And on 12/18/2025, which would be my 70th birthday, I'm going to hand her the keys, wish her well, and be on my way. There's a Cadillac Dream for you. On 12/18, which is my birthday, December 18th, 2025, I turn 70, I retire. There's your Cadillac Dream. Didn't include that one on my list over here to my left, but I'm glad I told you guys that, because that is definitely a Cadillac Dream and one that I'm going to do. So let's see. So we talked about money. We talked about not working, which we just did just now. I love to read. I love to walk. I love to play golf. I've played golf twice since I moved here to Florida in April of 2022. I would love to play more golf. That is a Cadillac Dream. Instead of chatting with you all, I should be on a golf course. Unfortunately, it's about 95 degrees outside, so it makes it kind of difficult to chat with you all and sweat my brains out and play golf and whatever. So I'm hoping that maybe starting next week, what I'll do is get up early and get out there early and play 18, because I miss it. I had a buddy of mine, Greg, who we've talked about before. He was here for a little while, and he and I played, and I've missed it. It's actually a lot of fun. I'm not that good. I'm not good at all, as a matter of fact, but I enjoyed getting back out there. And you hit that one. If you're a golfer, you understand this, and I think it's the same way in tennis, really, because I've played both. You hit that one shot in golf. That one, just like, how'd that happen? Wow, I did that? Be it a drive, be it a putt, be it a iron shot, be it a wood shot, be it whatever, you hit that one shot. Well, I had a few of them in the 2 days that I was playing golf. I hit a few of them, and I was like, oh, man, wouldn't that be nice? So that would be a Cadillac Dream, is not only not working, not only getting a chance to read what I want to and do whatever I want to do, but also to play golf every day. That would be a lot of fun for me. I have played golf every day when I was back in Virginia a couple times. I was able to do that. I love playing by myself. I don't know why. I always have. I've always loved playing by myself. And I don't cheat, by the way. Whenever I get paired with folks and they're talking about this, that, and the other, and, giving your mulligans and blah, 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 I say, guys, I'm just going to play golf. Playing golf is I hit it to point A, and I play it from point A. I don't move the ball. I don't go, oh, well, gee, I meant to hit it in the fairway, and I'm going to kick it out that way. And if I miss a 3-inch putt, I miss a 3-inch putt, and that counts as a stroke. I know that's crazy, but that's just the way I am. My handicap is I guess it was about a 20, 22, right around there. And it was an actual 2022. It was, that's what I scored. If I missed a 4-inch putt, I missed a 4-inch putt and I put it down because that's the golf I play. I don't give myself a second shot. I don't give myself putts. I don't give myself anything. If my golf ball's behind a tree, well, by God, I'm going to either be stupid and try to do some shot, or I'm going to take relief and I'm going to give myself my penalty. And that's just the way you should play golf. And that's the way I've always been, which is good. I mean, I like playing that way. So, let's see. We talked about the Cadillac. Oh, here's a story that I'm going to end with. This was back in 1989, 1990, 1991. I can't remember the year. There was a guy by the name of John Monroe. He told me the last luncheon that we ever had together that he was a con artist. He actually told me this. So, I should have known beforehand. But essentially, for close to a year, I gave the guy $350 a week to help me put together my sports network in Arizona. Now, the way the sports network worked is the same way all other networks work. I would provide sports content. In return, radio stations at the time, it was just a radio station type of deal, would provide me with time that I could sell on their station, and that's the way I would get my income. Now, I had at one point through the Arizona News Radio Network and George Tanner, who I've mentioned before, he had about 20 stations. But when I was doing it with John Monroe, this was before George, I had 5-6 stations, most of them Hispanic. But I had an Hispanic announcer, and I had an English announcer, my friend Joe Boyle. So, he basically took $350 a week of my money, and he did this for close to a year and ended up with nothing. But I remember distinctly, early on in our relationship, there was a time when we were at Camelback Mall, and it's a beautiful mall. It is. If you live in Arizona or been in Arizona, or you ever been to this mall, it's high-end, gorgeous stores. This is during the, like I said, late 80s, early 90s. So if it's not there anymore, please forgive me. But at the time, it was like the pièce de résistance of malls. It was really gorgeous. And I remember him asking me, so John, what is it that you really want? And we were walking through the mall. And I said to him, honestly, I said, John, I want, while we're walking through the mall, for people to be walking the other way and stop and go, that's John Willen. Is that John? That's John Willen. That's what I want. And that's what I've always wanted. I mean, to be brutally honest with you guys, which I think I should be, since you all are listening to me and watching me and all that stuff, I should be brutally honest with you. And that's as brutally honest as I can be. I have always wanted that. I've always wanted the spotlight. I've always wanted the bright lights. I've always wanted the attention. I've always almost craved it all my life. That is my real Cadillac dream. Of all the Cadillac dreams that I've mentioned to you right now, that's the big one, is walking through a mall, walking through someplace, walking through a hotel lobby, walking around a pool area, walking off a golf course, walking into a pro shop, walking anywhere, and all of a sudden hearing people go, "That's John Willen. That's John Willen." That's my ultimate Cadillac dream. We come to the end. It's 30 minutes. Holy cow. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Pretty please. Please tell friends. We're kind of stuck at the moment. And that's really my fault because I haven't done much in the way of networking, programming, advertising, whatever. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there and listening and whatever. If you would please let your friends know, let relatives know, let acquaintances know, let people on the street, just stop them and say, "Hey, listen, have you heard this Potholes and Cadillac Dreams? It's really something. He off the top of his head, he's really something. He really is good. I'm telling you. I mean, it just is. He keeps getting better and better and better. It's just wonderful. You really should." And he talked about getting drunk at City Gate Spirits, and it was really something. If you would do that, I would really appreciate it. So like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. And I'm going to do a much better job this coming week of pushing episode 11, Ocean's 11, Frank Sinatra, blah, 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 on through all the various places that I can. Okay, we finish with DemiBennett, 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 DemiBennett. Somebody's got to know DemiBennett. Somebody has to know. Of your friends, if you don't know DemiBennett, you have a friend that knows DemiBennett. You have an acquaintance that knows DemiBennett. You have someone who works out, there's a hint, who works out with DemiBennett, who would say to DemiBennett, you've got nothing to gain on this one. He's got, he doesn't have that many people listening to him as yet. He doesn't have that many people watching him as yet. The guy's just entertaining. He's an old guy. He has a hell of a story. In comparison with yours, it's just amazing. It's like yin and yang. It's like, holy cow, he's been through the ringer, and here you are at 26, 27, and you are something, something. And for some strange reason, he thinks that you guys would have a hell of an interview. So, if you don't know her, find somebody who does. I'm telling you, it would be some kind of fun to just chat with her about what she's been through, how she's been through it, and how she's navigating what she's going through now. Because I'll bet right now, you got to almost wonder, I'll bet wherever she goes, where she walks into places, people are going, "That's DemiBennett. Did you see? That's DemiBennett. That's her. Right there. Right there." I bet that's happening to her. It'd be interesting to hear how she reacts to that. And I'm going to be sending this to my friend Christy Martin Salters. She's a really, really nice lady. And I treated her pretty badly at one point. And I believe that's why she has not gotten back in touch with me. I wish she would. Because I honestly would like to have a chance to chat with her about, she's given lots and lots of, this woman has given tons and tons of interviews and had a documentary done on her life. And again, she doesn't need to be on this program at all. I am well aware of that. But I just think it would be fun to actually talk with her about all the things that are going on in her life. Maybe get some other people aware of the stuff that she's advocating and that she's doing and that she's working on and whatever. Maybe even get a few people to look at her Netflix documentary, which is very, very, very good, by the way. So anyway, I hopefully will send this to the champ, and hopefully she and I will get together at some point and chat. In the meantime, we've gone way over 30. Thank you guys very, very much for listening. Thank you very, very much for watching through Buzzsprout. If you're on podcast, through YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you all very, very much. Please get the word out. Please like and subscribe. Please. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. I beg you. I'm just begging you. I'm begging you. wallowing around, just crying. You can't see it, but I'm just weeping like a little schoolgirl. Anyway, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have a great week. I hope you just have fun. Crying out loud. You deserve it. You worked hard this week. Have some fun this weekend. Go out and do something fun. Okay? Thanks a lot. Bye.